Hey there, coffee lovers and internet explorers. Welcome back to SipCyber, the podcast that's on a quest for two things: the perfect cup of coffee and the simplest way to keep your digital life safe. Some places carry memories with them. You walk around a corner and suddenly you're standing in two moments at the same time. The place looks the same, but you don't. That happened to me this past week. Years ago, during my first year teaching, I came to visit my sister while she was studying at Oxford. Back then, everything felt like an adventure. We slept in hostels, ate the cheapest sandwiches we could find, and walked everywhere. And honestly, it felt incredible. Coming back all these years later brought a completely different perspective. The streets are the same, the stone buildings are the same, still beautiful. Oxford has a way of making you feel the weight of time. Places that have been standing for hundreds of years tend to earn your trust slowly. Walking through Oxford's covered market this time, I found a bakery called Hamlin Bread, tucked amongst the stalls. You could smell the bread before you even saw the counter. Rows of beautiful loaves, perfect pastries, the kind of place where you know the people behind the counter take their craft seriously. Hamlin Bread is known for their incredible breads, and when you taste them, you understand why. Bread like that doesn't happen by accident. It takes time, good ingredients, and a process people trust. When you walk into a bakery like this, you trust that the loaf on the shelf is exactly what it says it is. The baker did the work. The ingredients are real. The process holds up. That kind of trust is built slowly. But in our digital lives, trust often shows up instantly. And that's where things get tricky. Because scammers know that when something looks normal, most of us don't stop to question it. And that's exactly what's happening with a growing number of scams. Venmo feels casual, friendly. It's the digital version of splitting brunch or paying someone back for coffee. But that same friendliness is exactly what scammers rely on. Here's one of the most common versions. Money suddenly shows up in your Venmo account from someone you don't know. A few minutes later, a message appears. Hey, I sent you that by accident. Can you send that money back? Most people would. We want to fix the mistake quickly and move on with our day. But the original payment is often made using a stolen credit card or a hacked account. When the real owner reports the fraud, Venmo reverses that transaction. But the money you sent back to that scammer, that part is real. So when everything settles, the fake payment disappears and your money is gone. There's another version that shows up when people are selling something online. A buyer sends more money than the price you agreed on. Then they ask you to send the difference back. Later, the original payment gets reversed, and again, the money you returned is the part that you lose. And one more quick reminder while we're here. If you ever receive an email claiming you need to upgrade to a Venmo business account by sending money first, that's also a scam. Venmo does not charge you money to receive money. All of these scams rely on that same moment, a small burst of urgency where someone hopes you act before you pause and think. Cybersecurity is often about creating a small pause between the notification and the action. This is one of those moments where a small pause really matters. If unexpected money ever shows up in your Venmo account, don't send it back yourself. Leave it alone. Instead, contact Venmo support directly through the app and let them reverse the transaction properly. It takes a minute, but it keeps you from getting pulled into someone else's scam. Now let's circle back to Hamlin Bread for a moment. Walking through Oxford again all these years later reminded me how perspective changes over time. The city hasn't really changed, but the way I experience it has. Years ago, the perfect day here meant cheap sandwiches, hostel beds, and wandering through the city without much of a plan. Today, it meant a vanilla roll, a quiet latte, and a walk through the covered market. Different season of life. Same sense of wonder. And maybe that's part of growing into our digital lives too. Over time, we learn that not every notification needs an immediate response. Sometimes the smartest move is to simply pause, look a little closer, and let the system work the way it's supposed to. Thanks for joining me on this trip to Hamlin Bread in Oxford and for taking a small step to secure your digital life. Until then, stay safe and keep sipping.